She believes in purpose. My old fort. Caretaker was furious when she found I had built this. I wonder what she was really afraid of. The standing stones. There is powerful magic at work here. I need to find the next moon seal. The Great Seer, known as Endra Moore, is buried here. Much like Nico, her powers came dangerously close to crossing the line. But she was among the most loyal of the Midnight Suns. This is witch sign. Interesting. Curious.
Hunter, I see you found one of the elemental rods. If you'd like to keep going, you may keep searching for more. I see you found another of our mystic landmarks. These are the Standing Stones. Your ancestors among the blood used them to converse with the Elder Gods.
How does that work?
Members of the blood would gather among the stones and enter a sort of meditative trance. They say the gods would hear their thoughts, but the blood never knew for sure who was listening on the other end. Some of the older texts refer to a series of glyphs etched on the stones, but at first glance they seem to have been scoured clean by time itself.
Could they still be revealed somehow?
You read my mind, Hunter. I suspect the glyphs are still here. They just need the right words of encouragement, if you catch my meaning. It's always good to see you.
You said something earlier about the blood.
In a world full of mysteries, the blood have managed to remain even more mysterious than most. They were an ancient race, said to be born of the Elder Gods. As I understand it, they were very strict about maintaining their bloodline. That's probably why you don't hear about them very often. And yet, here you are, one of their direct descendants.
Are there others?
It's quite possible. But even if there are, they might not even know it themselves. Somehow, I take comfort in that.
What they do not know cannot hurt them.
Indeed.
After our last battle, what happened to Lilith?
You were in the woods. You and your mother obviously came to blows. But we found no wounds, no evidence of what happened at all. A silent, deathly embrace between mother and child. We had hoped you would both find peace in the next life.
But she's not buried here?
No. We entrusted her to the Knights of Wundagore, the ancient protectors of your ancestral homeland in Transia. I don't think they ever expected to contend with an organization like Hydra, and I doubt Lilith spared any who survived her reawakening.
What would Wanda want with your altar?
What can I say? Some people have a curious, adventurous itch that just has to be scratched. I was one of them, and so was Wanda. Caretaker, not so much, but I see it again in you, Hunter.
So you encouraged her exploration?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? What good is being as powerful as we are if we're just going to spend all our time cooped up within these walls? What's the worst that could happen? You got me there, dear.
What do you know about the moon seals?
Presumably forged by the gods themselves, I like to think of a moon seal as both a lock and a key. With the right power, wielded by the right person, the energy of the seal is unleashed, creating a conduit to the Elder Gods.
And I am that right person?
Just another benefit of being descended from the blood. Lucky you, dear.
Where did the words of power come from?
While I often call them blessings or gifts of the old gods, the words of power are actually powerful invocations tuned to the unique energies found in descendants of the blood.
And Caretaker used the words as well?
Of course, dear. Sarah used the words of power on the Abbey grounds just as you do today. Many of the areas you encounter that seem receptive to these spells are actually the result of Sarah's frequent undertakings. Can that really be you? After all these years, it is good to see your face again.
Wish I could say the same, Mother. Now enough with this deception and reveal your true form.
But this is my true form. The way I was when you were just a sweet, helpless little baby. You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. Bringing you into the world was the happiest time in my life.
And taking you out of this world again will be mine.
I had thought the words of power would open your eyes. But I should have known my sister and her pet witch would continue to withhold the truth from you.
And what truth is that?
The truth they are keeping from you. You need only.
Wait! Mother! Where did you... Was that really her? Aha! Yet another victory for the hunter.
Damn it! You totally ambushed me with that pair of queens. I have to admit, I didn't think you'd be such a formidable poker player. Yet another reason to respect you.
It is just beginner's luck. I am sure your next hand will vanquish me.
There you go again, being all unexpectedly humble and generous. You're a hard demon to dislike, Hunter. Even if you are beating my butt at Hold'em.
You do not dislike me, Captain?
Don't get too excited. I didn't say I liked you either, but you've got potential.
Deal another hand, then?
I'm all in.
By the rising rings of... Oh, it's just you. I could not have predicted this outcome, but it is intriguing.
Give me a sec. Okay, what's up? Take your pick, Hunter. Another magical mystery box. And to think, I used to design sentient future tech.
I can feel the mystical energy growing. The mystic arts require concentration and focus, if you don't mind.
Later.
This should be useful. This will do nicely.
Let's see if we're as good as they say.
Caretaker could have at least left me a chair.
I don't frequently watch the television. It was never part of my childhood. I do not feel a particular affection for it. Hunter, you need a hobby.
What, like this?
No, something you can do by yourself during the bleak moments.
What is your hobby?
I paint nails.
Your hobby is painting your nails?
No, nails. For building things, I paint pictures on the heads of silver nails.
How?
Very fine brushes, steady hands, and a jeweler's loupe to magnify the nail head.
I would like to see your collection.
Oh, no, I don't keep them.
Why not?
I drive them into my enemies. Demons react poorly to silver nails. I'm not smiling. I am pleasantly surprised.
It's weird looking up at the stars after having been up there. For a recently animated corpse who's missed a few centuries of culture, you're a good hang.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh. Supervillains rampaging through a major metropolitan area is just like everyday news here in the 21st century. You'll get used to it eventually.
Talent will only get you so far. Practice is key. You are incapable of...
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter.
Hi. Hey, I've been meaning to ask. Food must be completely different. Now it's all pre-packaged and preserved. Are there any meals you missed from 300 years ago?
Agatha made a pumpkin stew. I can still remember the taste.
With a dash of cinnamon? Oh, I love that. I wonder if she wrote down the recipe. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. Let's wrap this up and raid the kitchen before Doctor Strange heats up his funky smelling leftovers. I won't forget it.
I've got a kid I send on missions.
Does the night sky seem darker than usual?
I had not noticed. Why do you ask?
It's just off somehow. I swear the moonlight on a clear evening is too dim for this time of year. Same with the torches outside the Abbey.
Could we ask someone about this? Maybe Nico or Strange?
Maybe. As long as it's not in my head. If we're both saying it this time next week, let's bring it up to them.
Sounds good. What do you think it means?
My concern, as always, is vampires. Darker nights give them opportunity, mobility, and more chances to feed.
That is disturbing.
That's the world I know. Didn't expect to have that much fun. We better get back to stopping the prophecy now. Hope you don't mind me spearfishing.
Welcome, Hunter. Of all the enemies we could be facing, I'm grateful Lilith is our foe.
It is reassuring to hear that from the Sorcerer Supreme.
Your flattery is less subtle than Thor's entendres, but I'll take it. Lilith is a powerful foe, to be certain, but for once, we know our enemy. Her history, her goals, many of her capabilities, but most of all, we know she can die.
It did not take the first time.
Per your earlier blandishments, this time you count a Sorcerer Supreme amongst your allies. How could we possibly fail? Let's endeavor to meet again soon. Thank you for the quality time, Hunter. It is a treasure to me.
Hey, Hunter, when you've got a minute, could you meet me in the war room?
Well, I'm going to be sore for a day or two.
Birds are weird, and that didn't change my mind.
Is it odd that now I have a craving for some chicken?
I needed that.
I'm growing to like you, Hunter.
Old magic still holds.
There you are, Hunter. Got time to look at something? The intel cache we recovered from Hydra's gunship might seem sophisticated to the casual bystander, but they probably weren't expecting to go up against the likes of me. With Central's help, I can decrypt these babies in no time, providing us a valuable and fascinating glimpse into Hydra's twisted little minds. Tell me you found something good. Beginning decryption sequence. Tony might take all the credit for this thing, but just imagine where we'd be right now without Ada Lovelace. Now that we've decrypted the intel, let's put what we've learned to good use. Check out the available hero ops listed on Central. I think I can handle that. Pick your target, Hunter. See you soon. We've got a situation rapidly developing. I'll be in contact soon, Hunter. What are you doing, Faustus? Hunter, my second favorite zombie superhero.
Who is your first?
Tony, on 2 hours of sleep. So, what do you need?
I have questions for you.
Sure, ask away.
Tell me about yourself, Carol.
What in particular?
Who were you before you became Captain Marvel?
Air Force pilot. I used to fly the unfriendly skies before I was attached to the space program. And back then, I was entirely human.
You are not entirely human?
Not since I uncovered actual, for-real aliens. There was an accident with some alien tech that rewrote my DNA, and now I'm half Kree.
I have never heard of the Kree.
Neither had I. They have a space empire. It's crazy to think they've been around far longer than you've been alive.
How did Carol Danvers become Captain Marvel?
During my time with the space program, I found myself involved in a conflict between alien species, Kree and Skrulls. I got too close to a device called the Psyche Magnetron, and it completely altered me. A Kree soldier known as Marvell felt responsible for what happened and took me under his wing. He was a hero in his own right, and we fought beside each other for years. He's gone now, but I took the name Captain Marvel as a tribute to what he stood for. Since then, I've made the name my own.
Your strength is hard for me to fathom.
With all this gamma weirdness keeping Banner in banner form, I'm Earth's mightiest Avenger. Once Thor realized the Hulk was in a class of his own, he was not happy to be in third place. He still challenges me to arm wrestling contests, and loses. He's much less salty since I started calling him Asgard's mightiest Avenger.
How powerful would you say you are?
When someone says we need to call in the big guns, they're talking about me. Just don't say it in front of Bruce. The Hulk is an order of magnitude stronger, no question. But he doesn't have my precision, patience, or reliability. At least, that's how Bruce put it.
That much power, and it does not seem to have gone to your head.
I do get cocky sometimes, but I don't take any of this for granted, and I always remember where I came from. Arrogance is like punching the afterburner with your wheels down.
Tell me about the Avengers.
Sure, what about us?
How long have you been an Avenger?
Over a decade. Still hard to believe. We've been so busy dealing with one crisis or another, it's hard to mark the time. My coffee tally puts me just shy of 20,000, excluding the cups I forgot to track.
What are your thoughts on your fellow Avengers?
I'm with the team for a reason. I believe in what we do. All of us do. I'm sure you've noticed Tony can be abrasive, but I never doubt his commitment. He and Banner used to fight like cats in a sack. Thankfully, they seem to be past that. And I can't think of anyone better to deal with a mystical enemy than Doctor Strange. He's a little out of sorts right now, what with being pushed out of his home, but he'll adjust.
Do you think your team can find common ground with the Midnight Suns?
Look, I try not to get involved in team politics. I'll work with anyone who gets the job done. I don't care what team they're from.
Do all the Avengers feel the same?
No comment.
Thank you, Carol.
Anytime. And hey, if you find the time, we should hang out.
I will consider that.
Of course.
Well, don't leave me in suspense. How are you enjoying the library?
I thought we were past that.
We are, but I'm still allowed to be annoyed with you. I expect a bit of pushback from the others, but not from you, Hunter.
Why not? When have I ever made things easy for you?
You had your moments, few and far between, but that's exactly my point. You know what that place, what she meant to me, and you did it anyway.
Even you admitted the library is too valuable to be locked away. I had only hoped to find something, anything that might help us in our fight against Lilith.
You could have come to me first, at least tried to convince me. We both know I wouldn't have listened, but I would have appreciated the honesty.
At least we are talking now. Silence between us would only make things worse.
You're right about that. We have bigger things to worry about. Like the mouthy alien tormenting Spider-Man as we speak.
He did risk himself for us without hesitation. We owe him for that, at least.
For once, I think the entire team is in agreement. It's only a matter of tracking Venom down.
I would just follow the trail of destruction, but maybe there is another way.
I'm sure we'll come up with something. Don't leave poor Spider-Man waiting too long now.
Yeah!